How are you everyone, wherever you are watching us from? This is Hannah Levite. Please make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the video, share, and leave a comment. Today, I'll be hosting an amazing woman on the topic, why she is single at 40. Karibu sana, please introduce yourself.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on board. My name is Sally Wanjiko Muyore, and I'm born again. Christ is my personal savior and the Lord over my life. Yeah, I'm here to share my experiences as to why I'm single at 40, the challenges therein, and the challenges that really ladies at their 40s face, because I know challenges are common. Challenges are somehow common at a certain age group. First of all, I'll say that I'm a mother of 2 daughters. They're big girls. And I'll start by telling you that I once lived with a man. I'll not say that I was married, because I know there's a difference between marriage and cohabitation. Because there's marriage and there is cohabitation. Mine was cohabitation. As for marriage, I'll start by saying that in marriage, there's an agreement between the two people that are getting married, and there's the paying of the bride price. I believe, even as a Christian, that paying of bride price is biblical, because so many people say it is not biblical. Unajua tukiokoka pia tunaweka mambo zingine ni kama haziko, but they are there. But paying bride price and paying dowry is biblical, I'll say it. Because for you to be married, that man who has married you, ni lazima akuwe amepeleka kitu kwenu. That what they do when they are paying dowry and when they are giving gifts to the parents, that gentleman is really redeeming you for himself. Like we see in the case of Jesus Christ. For us to become his bride, he had to redeem us for himself as a bride. And that's why he came to die, to redeem us, to make us his own bride. Yeah. And also in case of Ruth and Boaz. See your story ya Ruth tunaijua yote. When now Ruth alienda hapo na Boaz akaona kabisa Ruth anataka kuolewa na yeye. Yeye mwenyewe Boaz alimwambia he's not supposed to redeem him, to redeem her. He was not the kinsman redeemer. So Boaz alienda that process, unajua. The aim was to redeem Ruth to himself. So about marriage, marriage, I say, si lazima ikuwe ni wedding, white wedding. Ati ikuwe white wedding is an added advantage. But even in the Bible, there is no white wedding. White wedding ni mambo yetu, which is good na haina shida, haina dhambi. Lakini for a true marriage, ni venye huyo jamaa mwenye anakuoa ameenda kwenu, amepeana vitu na kuredeem to himself to become a wife. Hii mambo ingine yote ni cohabitation. Kama mtu hata uende kwa mara ngapi, you are still not redeemed by that man to himself. So me, I'll say I cohabited, because there is no bride price was paid, nothing. So mine was cohabitation. And kuna another interview that we had done with you. Ilikuwa tunasema how I got my first child when I was in college, and now when I was getting married, I was already a mother. I had my first child. So venye nilienda kuolewa huko, nikapata my second child, my second born now. Sasa kukaa, this gentleman then akarealize hawezi lea wake na ale wangu mwenye nimekuja naye equally. So at one point akaniambia yeye, it is becoming hard for him, it is extremely hard for him to take care of a child that he has not sired biologically. And sasa it was hard for him even to take care of my firstborn child. Hata kumpeleka shule ama kumpea, hata kumkuagia na yeye, it was hard for him. So nikaona kwa sababu unajua sasa kukiwa na such an issue, vitu zingine zinakujaga zina happen, unaona sasa hamuna amani. First of all, mimi mwenyewe sitaweza pia mimi kumpenda or loving him like a woman should love a man. Kwa sababu kuna kitu pia na mimi niko chini, so mnakuta kuna tumambo tunakuja kwa nyumba, but the underlying issue ni ile moja tu ya mtoto. So I moved out and I started life alone. Yeah. So nikaanza maisha, nikaanza maisha na watoto wangu wawili. Nikakaa nao, life was extremely hard kwa sababu I was jobless by then. Sikuwa nimepata job na I had to do some odd jobs. Nilikuwa saa hiyo nilikaa sides fulani na huku sides za Nairobi. Saa nilikuwa napika chapo kwa barabara hivi. Nilikuwa napika chapo, nauza chapo na nalea watoto wangu. Na hapo so pia my family chipped in, wakaanza kunisaidia. So I was telling you that story so that you can see why I'm single today. Yeah.
Now, does it mean that he didn't come looking for you after the separation?
No, it did not. Because first of all, hata kama angenikujia kwetu, it meant that then coming for me, I'll not come back to him with his only child. I'll come back with my first child and the second child. Naona sasa issue kubwa ilikuwa ni my first child. So hakushidilia akikuja. But then you know men, atakuroketi uko wapi, anataka akuja kutembelee, lakini is non-committal. Anakuja tu anatembea, asubuhi anaenda. You see? So nikaona it cannot work out that way. It's either we are staying or we are not. It's either tuko pamoja ama hatuko. Hakuna venye nitakuwa niko na hapo nje na mtu akuje leo, aende kesho asubuhi, atoke tena akae for some time tena akuje. Hapana. So if we are staying, we are staying. If we are not, we are not.
Yeah. How many years have you been separated?
No, I'll say that I've been single. I came out of that cohabitation 2010. And we are 2023. In fact, now this is the 13th year. Yeah.
Na hujakutana na mtu for the 13 years.
Now that's how now. Now from your question, I'll start telling you how challenging it is even to be single and finding love. I'll start by saying the challenge that single women have is not even money or money ya kulea watoto. Me, I've seen that people can chip in and they can even help. Si tumeona watu single maskini na watu hata sio relatives wanakuja na chaga na watoto wanasoma. Like in my case also, my relatives chipped in completely. Wakanisaidia na wakanisaidia kusomesha watoto and all that. Me, I'll say ile kitu inakuwaga challenging to a single mother is finding not true love but genuine love, because sometimes true love inaweza kosa kuwa genuine. It could be true, yes, because me sometimes I say I'll not use the term true but I'll use genuine, because to find genuine love when you are a single woman, sasa hiyo ndio kazi. It is hard kwa sababu most of the times wewe uko hapo, uko na watoto wako. Genuine people, it is a genuine man coming into your life ni moja out of 30. I'll say it is one, in the ratio of 1:30. Moja tu ndiye atakuja akiwa genuine. Otherwise, see, most of the single mothers, wengine, there are other who are even single by choice. Mtu ako na pesa sasa na huyo mwenye ako na pesa na mwenye hana, what these people lack is genuine love. Yeah.
So ujapata, hakuna mtu mwenye
Genuine.
amekuja ukaona that huyu ni mtu ananitaka, anaweza accept watoto wangu for the 13 years.
I've met with many, but if I told you that I have met with single men, I'll be lying. I've not met with any single man. Kwa sababu sasa any single man mwenye ako ni mwenye pengine ako separated, ama pengine ako divorced, ama pengine bibi yake amekufa. I've not met with one of that kind.
Ujapatana na hao?
Hapana, sijapatana na hao. Wenye wamekuja sana in my life, most of them are married. Yeah, most of the men that come to single women, they are married. It's married men.
Na sasa wakikuja kwako na they want to win you na wanataka sasa wanakuambianga nini? So anakwambia kwanza, anakwambia ako na bibi ama unajijulia, ama they come like I have a wife lakini ako hivi na hivi.
Now what I'll say, some married men, some of them, lakini I'll not say they are, I don't know what they goes on, but at one point sijui nini nakuanga. Like I met with somebody kitambo, it was long time. Huyo mtu alikuwa married. Sasa his problem, alikuwa ananiambia yeye hawezi kaa with his wife alone. He has to have his wife and a girlfriend. Sasa huyu girlfriend atakaa kado, lakini the girlfriend really anamtaka for himself, you know, for himself, but not for him to marry that child, that girlfriend. Sasa huyo girlfriend aniakae akijua he's in that man's life, but he's not for him. Sasa unaona mambo zingine, they are hard. They don't come saying, nowadays men will not come telling you ati, very few will come and tell you my wife ako hivi, my wife ako vile. Hapana, they don't. Hata hakuna stories za wife, no. Atakuja akwambie me I'm married, what I want is a girlfriend. Because of course when somebody comes tell you he wants a girlfriend, hapo kuna marriage. Hapana. What does that person want from you? Just some satisfaction of a kind. Hana mambo mengi anataka. Na sasa to not be like he's your responsibility, you are his responsibility. Hapana. So that's why I'm saying the only challenge that I've come across is finding genuine love. Hata mwenye ameoa, huyo mwenye ameoa kuja kwako is not genuine. Kwa sababu in the sense, he does not love you. Hakupendi vile, anakuja hapo kwa sababu pengine kwake hapati kenye anaweza pata kwako, lakini pia hataki kuchukua wewe wake. Hapana.
Na what are the challenges zenye umepitia for being single?
The challenges that I've passed through nikiwa single, first of all, me I'll not say that sana ni pesa. Hapana. Single life, I usually say sometimes, single life itself is a snare. Ukiwa single woman, and especially when you are born again, it's a snare of a kind. Kwa sababu, we unajua, utaki mtu wa kukuja kwako. Utaki mtu, it is just for sex, or those satisfactions. But you just want to have a husband of your own. First of all, utaki kumkosea Mungu. You don't want, you know, sometimes when you're also born again, we deal with God's heart. Moyo wa Mungu ukoaje. When you take that person and have him as your lover or what have you, how is the heart of God? Me, I'll talk of now the challenge of being single, mother and born again, is, unajua kama hauko born again, sometimes hauna boundaries. Lakini when you are born again, you know you have to keep your boundaries. Lakini sometimes, and I'll say it with all due respect to, sometimes kuweka hizo boundaries is a challenge. Why? You are human. Secondly, mtu amekuja. Na hakuna mtu, there's no one that is in your life really. Na mtu amekuja. What will you do? Utakuta umeanguka mara mingi na ukiamka mara mingi. So the challenge that I can say as a single born again woman is maintaining the boundaries of salvation. Utakaa aje na usianguke. Yeah.
Na what are you looking in a man? Juu sasa, ama you are not trusting God for another marriage, ama uko satisfied hivyo ukiwa single?
Hapana, no one is satisfied being single. And naona watu wanasemaga I'm single and comfortable. That is a white lie. I'll say to me, sichukuagi ikiwa ukweli. Kwa sababu at one point, hakuna mtu ataki company. At another point, we say, somebody said that we are social beings. We are created for relationships. Wakati hauna relationship, uko aje? It is not satisfying to be alone. It is not even good to yourself to be alone. Kwa sababu heri ukuwe na huyo mtu mnaongea na yeye. Huyo mtu mnaweza ongea na yeye venye hamwezi ongea na mtu mwingine. So I'll say hakuna mtu anataka kukaa single. We are not trees. Trees are human beings, and everything else a married woman would want, a single woman would still want. Hakuna ati wewe juu uko single kuna mambo huwezi taka. Ni yale yanaweza whatever is to be done is to be done by a married woman. No, we also have feelings. We also want to have people that are going to love us with genuine love. That genuine love that a person can love you with. That genuine love that can see that person being a father to your children. I usually say, sometimes people say that the first thing to look in, uangalie ile kitu utaangalia kwanza hata kabla uolewe as a Christian, is salvation. But sometimes I also disagree. I'm born again, but sometimes kuna mambo zingine hata ukiangalia in the real life, because you are still in this life. Tuko hapa duniani na mambo mengine yanafanyika duniani yanafanyika because you are human beings. Salvation is good, but it's not a qualifying mark. I'll say, like, if somebody is saved na kabisa hata ni mtu ameokoka naenda kwa church na hana character, how are you going to live with that person? So if at all I was to advise somebody and also myself, when you are looking for a marriage partner, the very first thing that you should look at is the character of that person. Huyo mtu unaweza aje kaa na yeye outside salvation. Huyo mtu ako aje? You should not let people hide beneath salvation with rotten characters. Ati kwa sababu mtu ni wa church, ati kwa sababu mtu anasema ameokoka, na wewe you take it first salvation. I've seen people who are even born again, tongue speaking believers, but their homes and their marriages are crumbling. Why? Because me I usually say marriage is percentage ile kubwa ya marriage ni physical. How are you going to talk to that person? Talking to that person is physical. How are you going to get intimate with that person? It is very physical. How are you going to handle your husband? How responsible are you going to be for that husband? It is physical. How responsible are you going to be for that wife? It is very physical. So most of the times, and to many married women will agree with me, that most of the times hata mkiwa kwa nyumba, yale man, even if you are a pastor or you are a minister or anything, most of the times the things that are surrounding you in your home, they are things physical. Few times will you kneel down and lift up your hands to pray. In fact, wakati mwingine hata katika marriage tukiwa nyumbani na those their husbands, they can even sleep without praying. Yeah, but sometimes they are not going to sleep without talking. They are not going to sleep without eating. They are not even going to sleep without becoming intimate, because marriage is a bit physical. So me, I will look for a character of that person. Will I be able to live with that person? Yeah. And secondly, how is your Christian life? Because your Christian life is also defined more by your character. Hakuna venye utakuwa Christian na character, it's not defining your Christianity. Hapana. If you have good character, in fact your relationship with God is more defined by your character.
So tukimalizia, tuambie one of the challenges zenye umepitia as a single mother na a single, yani wewe binafsi, in the community.
First of all, when you are a single mother in the community, ukue sasa wewe uko na watoto na uko to the community, you are failure. Most of the people watakuona ukiwa failure. Wengine watakuangalia uone like you are not able to take care of your marriage. Wengine wataona ni kama huwezi vumilia. Wengine wanaona it you are the cause of everything. If you are a single woman and you have your children with you, most of the people in the society wanaonanga ni kama wewe you failed to take care of your family. It's like you did not have what it really takes for you to keep a man. That is one. Secondly, wanakuonanga the perception of the community towards you is that anytime you can be a husband snatcher. Anytime, if a home is breaking somewhere, a single mother must be involved. If there's a man who has run away from his home, it is because of a certain single mother. So unaona society nayo inakuweka kado, like where die uko hapo, it's like for a home to break or for a marriage to end, a single mother must be involved. Yeah, that to the community now.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing with us why you are single and some of the challenges that you have gone through.